Hello everyone, welcome to the video. It's Rob Rants again, and today we are going to be talking about how, and I've alluded to this in a past video, my Would I Survive These Apocalypses and Dystopias video. I mentioned that I would survive the Hunger Games with ease. Today we are going to be going all in on that. From how I would first survive just living in that universe without getting picked, and then we'll get into assuming I am selected, what my game plan is, like surviving the actual arena. So first of all, how am I surviving just like living there? And what I have to say on that topic is, so I would live, according to the internet, in District 12 or 11. We're going to say 12 though. Essentially, what I would be doing is I would be keeping my head down, not drawing attention to myself in school, or at least try to. I kind of like attention. That's kind of why I start. I try not to draw too much attention to myself. That would be hard though. And the plan would be keep my head down, get a job, try not to get into the mines. That is a big thing. I am going to try my hardest not to end up in the coal mines, which means I'm probably going to end up trying to do some kind of like merchant class stuff or whatever that it may be. I personally try and do some kind of I would probably try and get most of my money from Hunt the Hob in some way, shape, or form, whether that be moonshining. A note, I'm going to say things that are shown to work for people in the books. Note, like moonshining, hunting, gathering, and music. Though that would be the way I would try and do things, like get some money, whatnot. If I was not in the merchant class. If I'm in the merchant class, I'll work in my shop, whatever. I'll hate it, but I will do it. So, and if I need to, I can hunt. I know how to do that. I can fish. I know how to do that. Fishing is probably easier than hunting. So I'll probably do a lot of fishing. And I'm better at fishing than hunting. So I'll probably do that. And then the plan will be to find me a honey to help me spend my money. If you get that reference, you are a legend with good taste. So, anywho, I'm gonna then just try and get through the 6 years of my life where I can get picked for the Hunger Games, and I'm gonna not take Tesserae. Because if I take Tesserae, I'm more likely to get into the Hunger Games and get myself freaking killed. So, now let's assume it's reaping day. And my name, Robert, is sadly, dramatically called. And I hear Effie Trinket in her pink wig say, "May the odds be ever in your favor," or whatever it may be. I don't know what she sounds like. I suck at this. Now, note, we are going to say, in this instance, we're going to say that I have Haymitch as a mentor. We're going to say that. We're going to say this is just how I'm going to try and win with Hey Mitch. I'm going to convince him to help me out, and not get drunk and wasted. And how will I do this? Well, for starters, I'm not going to make an alliance with my District 12 person, probably. Unless I know them personally. If I know them personally, then I might be willing to team up with them. But if I don't know them personally, you're dead to me already, pretty much. Because I don't think they're going to survive, chances are. The plan is, however, let's say I'm 17. I'm 17 from District 12. I have experience with hunting and fishing. I'm good with people. I can convince people things. The plan is this. So, we're in the train. Let's say Hey Mitch is somewhere between Ravenhell and Amazing Grace. He's somewhere in the middle. He's not completely sober. He's not completely wasted. I'm going to try. I'm going to tell him this. You are going to help me, or I'm going to beat you up. And if he doesn't, I will beat him up. And then, hopefully, I will have won some level of respect with him for at least trying to beat him up. Showing him I'm not a sissy or whatever. Well, anywho, from there on out, I will be eating as much food as humanly possible, trying to gain as much weight as humanly possible, because I could survive for 7 to 10 days off of just 7 pounds of body fat, okay? So the plan is, gain 7 pounds of body fat. That is realistic to gain in a week with capital food, especially considering I will probably be in some state of malnutrition. Therefore, if I gain 7 pounds, that is 7 to 10 days of nutrition in my body, which means I will not need to eat as much in the arena. So, I will gorge myself at every possible meal, eat as much as I can possibly fit into my body. Then, so let's say chariots come around, right? Plan for that. Do what they say. I am going to try and pull off this playful, mischievous, arrogant, a little bit arrogant. Who's a character? I'm going to try and play this roguish, playful, fun guy, Just a normal guy. And I'm going to say, you know what? Maybe I can, also I will be trying to show as much riz as I can while we're here. Because I assume that the capital is chock full of rich ladies. Well, anyhow, from there, I'll try and pull off that persona. I'll keep that throughout training. I'll probably keep to myself a good bit. Maybe make a couple friends. It won't hurt to have some kind of alliance in there. But I will try and keep to myself, possibly with my District 12 partner. And basically, I'm not going to show off my main skills there, which will be probably hand-to-hand combat, swords, and clubs. That is probably what I'm going to be best with. And what I'm going to do is, and note, I might not have these skills. A lot of people are probably not going to have these skills, but I'm using the skills that I right now have in order to do this. Just, I want to preface that. I know I've been talking a lot about, I'd have X, Y, and Z skills. That is because I already currently, in this modern day and age, have them. So we're going to accept moonshining. Emphasis on accept moonshining. But yeah, hunting, fishing, I can do that in, like, right now. Selling things, I can do that. Talking to people in a business-like manner, I can do that. Pulling off another persona. So, essentially, what I will then proceed to do is we get to solo and we get to the interviews. And my goal is to try and get the loudest applause possible, because I need as much sponsors as possible. Sponsors, I need to be rolling in sponsors, which means maybe I'll try and work up an angle, because at the end of the day, this is a TV show. They're watching this for entertainment. And if I'm the most entertaining person there, they will want to fund that person the most. You know? They want to cheer for a guy who they find entertaining. Maybe not necessarily have, and I'll play it off as confident that I'm going to win, you know? So they think, maybe he has a chance of winning. And also, he's entertaining and funny. Let's do that. Let's go with that guy. Yeah, that's the plan for that. Now, the real problem comes in here. The biggest problem is two things. Number one, my competition. Number two is what kind of terrain is this arena. So, we're going to say that the competition is pretty similar to what it is most years in the games. Districts 1, 2, and 4, they're careers. We got some careers. We're going to say we have middle of the pack, you know? We have the 11 and whatnot. And then we have bottom of the list, like, we got 3, we got 8, I don't know. And we got 12. Except for me, I'm going to be up there with the careers, most likely. Anyhow, from there on out, let's say, I'm going to have to just say a random arena, you know? Let's say it's a mountain range. I haven't heard of a mountain range before. Just like, it is mountains. Like, there's not a ton of trees. There's not a ton of wood. Like, there's wood. It's cold. And nestled in a little valley is the cornucopia, right? Here's the plan. I'm gonna kind of do what Katniss did. I'm gonna grab a little bit of food, a little supplies from the edge, and then dart out as fast as possible. I'm getting in and I'm getting out, because I am not the fastest. So I need to get out. I just need to make it as fast as possible, right? What I will do from there is day 1, I need water. So I'm going to try and find some fresh mountain spring that I can drink from, probably. And I will do that. Next, we're going to assume I got a little bit of food, like a loaf of bread, some crackers, maybe a little bit of beef jerky from we're going to say I got this stuff from the cornucopia. Let's say I got a knife, I got a loaf of bread, I got some beef jerky, and I got a little bit of rope. That's what I got from the edge of the cornucopia. That knife, I'm going to be using that thing. I'm going to be using it to chop down small tree branches because I will be scanning and I will see not a lot of trees, not a ton of trees. No, there are trees, just not. There's not an excess of trees. There's not an excess of wood, and it's cold. It's freezing. It's probably going to be freezing tonight. I'm going to want some kind of warmth. They're going to give me some kind of warm clothing, but it's probably not going to be enough. You know? So, from there on, I will try and climb the mountain and find like a little cave or something. Although there might be something living in there cooked up by the game makers. But anywho, I will then proceed to find some place where I can sleep for the night in the general area of some water, some food, and I will make I'll probably sleep in a tree again, like Katniss. I'll find some nearby tree and sleep in it. It's not going to be comfortable. I'll probably be cold, depending on how warm the clothes are. But I'm going to have to gut it out until morning, and that is something I'll do. I'll eat a little bit, but I'll have to ration it, as needless to say. And that will be night one. And we're going to say, what's a realistic number of people dying at Cornucopia? Let's say 9 people die at the Cornucopia. So that leaves... So it starts with 23. That leaves like 14 people left, right? And then from there, the goal is move. I will be moving almost constantly. It will burn calories, but I will be less likely to run into people. The goal is stay away from people. The goal is keep to myself. I have this knife, and I know how to use it. If I have to kill someone, I will kill them. But I'm going to try and avoid killing. I'm going to try and keep to myself. Unless, maybe, if I, know for certain I can kill someone and they have something I need. Also, I'm going to try and use that rope I got. And I'm going to either try and make a net out of it for fishing or a fishing rod. I'm going to try and make something so that I can fish in a creek or a mountain river, stream, whatever. I can probably whittle some kind of hook out of a tree limb. That's what I'll do in training. I'll figure out how to make a fishing hook in training, like Katniss in the second book. I'll do that, and then when it comes down to the final 2 or final 3, by this point I'll probably be chilling. I'll be thriving. I'll be full. I'll have a full belly. And what I'll do, the other person's probably not going to be as full as me. And this is not including sponsorships or anything like that. So, goal from there, if I have a sword going for just slash. Otherwise, I might try and make a trap or let some kind of mutt kill him off, depending on how strong he is, depending on who it is. If I feel like I can take this person, yeah, I'll take him on. I'll kill him. And then I'll go back home and I'll try and live. And I didn't really kill anyone. Hopefully I won't have too much PTSD. But I might have some PTSD, not gonna lie. So we'll see. After that, it's if I win, if I have PTSD, I'm probably gonna try and... Oh, I dropped something. I'm probably gonna try and, Find some way to cope with it. Pick up a hobby, Do music, guitar. I already play guitar. We're going to transmute that over here. I could just keep doing guitar. I could just, I could start a podcast, a YouTube channel where I talk about whatever I feel like talking about. Except in Pan Am. It has potential. Anyhow, I'm going to do what I want to do from there on out. And I'm going to try not to have the night... I dropped that thing again. Bruh. Sorry about that. And we'll see. From there on out, it's a we'll see. But yeah, so... that is the... Oh, and also I'm going to try and keep my head down afterwards, too. Trying to avoid getting on the bad side of President Snow. I'm just going to vanish into obscurity afterwards. Or at least that's what I want to do. It's probably not going to happen, though. They're probably going to have me being paraded around for years to come. And I'll have to mentor people for years to come. But... I will try and be the best mentor possible. I will not try and be like Haymitch, a drunk loser. Well, no, he's not a loser. He is... Alright, this is what I have to say about Haymitch. Haymitch is the GOAT. The GOAT! Yeah. So, that's all I got for now. Please, like, comment, subscribe. You know what the drill is. I'm not your mom, though. But... it's not tier list again. So like last time, I'm going to end with this. Have a good one. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.